Immunizations prevent 2 to 3 million deaths every year worldwide. This is according to an article entitled 10 Facts on Immunization from the World Health Organization website. My name is Nicole Wirt, and I have 2 small children that have really hit home to me just how important vaccinations are. I have a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, and while I realized how important it was for my 4-year-old, it didn't really click quite as much until I had my 3-year-old who was premature. From the moment he was born in the NICU, the doctors and nurses all impressed upon us just how important it was, especially with a weakened immune system, that he was vaccinated and that anybody that he came in contact was vaccinated. I also surveyed the class, and the majority of the class stated that they would like at least 1 to 2 children, and that it was important to the majority of the class that they did get their children immunized. Vaccinations are extremely important, not only for ourselves, but for our children and any future generations. I'm going to go over some statistics that prove to you just how important it is to get them, and how much healthier it will make the world if you get your children to get it. We need all people who can possibly be vaccinated to do so. This increases immunity, and it also should eventually eradicate, which means completely eliminate, dangerous and possibly deadly diseases. Vaccine.gov defines a vaccination as a product that produces immunity from a disease. These are weakened or killed organisms that are given to you, and they are to produce immunity against that organism. This picture here shows just how important this is. This illustrates our need for getting vaccinated. On the left side, you can see that this is what the morbidity rate was in the U.S. prior to vaccines. On the right side, you can see the drastic difference just from getting them in the morbidity rate. Vaccine.gov states that vaccines work 90 to 100% of the time. Not only that, but all vaccines must be approved by the FDA, which means they are safe and effective. There has been some misconceptions that vaccines can cause autism. This was based on a study that has been proven to be completely fabricated and influenced by money. Now that you understand why it's so important to vaccinate, let's talk about why it's so important that you help. There's something that's defined as the herd immunity. The CDC defines this as the majority of a community getting vaccinated, which then helps protect them and produces the chances of those who are unable to get vaccinations, or for infants who are not fully vaccinated yet, from getting these diseases. This means that the more people that are vaccinated, the less likely any diseases are to spread, and the more likely diseases are going to eventually be eradicated. Thanks to this and the history of vaccinations, smallpox was completely eradicated in 1997. This is according to the Healthy Children website. Now that you know why it's so important that you do this, I'm going to show you a picture that should help visualize just how important it is. This picture right here shows you just the difference between if only some people get vaccinated versus if most people get vaccinated. The people that are represented by the color blue are the healthy people that are not vaccinated. The yellow is represented by the healthy people that are vaccinated, and the red is represented by the non-vaccinated, not healthy people. You can see in the first part just how much the vaccine can spread with the majority of the people not having the vaccination. This is a perfect example of the herd immunity. On the right side, you can see that very, very few people are actually spreading this disease. With all this information, you can see why it is imperative that you get your kids vaccinated. Vaccinations are safe and effective. In order to protect ourselves and our future generations, we need everybody who is capable of getting one to get vaccinated. By doing so, you're not only ensuring your health and your children's health, but the health of future generations. This will help ensure that deadly diseases will not return, and if they do, they can have very grave consequences.